This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard, watching the grunion crawl magi. Little kids got naked and had lots of sex. Don't even waste your time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 68.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, we're at 68 now. My name is Adam. Today, we're joined by Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing okay.
And we're also joined by Ryan. How are you, sir?
Tired.
Still tired, huh? Okay.
Don't say that you're tired. You'll piss that one guy off.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We're not allowed to say that we're tired.
We can't be human beings.
I'm excited and raring to go.
That guy can blow it out his ass.
Oh, what movie do we have you watch this week?
The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender. This is from 2010. It is written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. We picked this in honor of After Earth coming out this week. It stars Noah Ringer, Dev Patel. Not really, not too many big people in this.
No, not really.
Asif Manvi's in it.
Jackson Rathbone.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say Jackson Rathbone.
The synopsis states the story follows the adventures of Aang, a young successor to the long line of avatars who must put his childhood ways aside and stop the Fire Nation from enslaving the Water, Earth, and Air Nations. We do have a trailer here, so let's give this a listen. This is The Last Airbender.
The power to control the elements is bestowed upon a chosen few. The Fire Nation has declared war. But some believe there is still hope.
I always knew you return. You are the only one who can control all the elements and bring peace to our world.
I will stop them.
You may already be too late.
All right, Ryan, what do you think of The Last Airbender?
It was stupid.
What?
I didn't like it.
Are you sure you watched the right one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember when this was set to come out. This was around, I don't know if it was around the same time as Avatar, but I remember there was like a thing going on where they changed the name because people were going to be confused about, because the show is called Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah. And I think Cameron already had it registered, his movie.
Yeah.
So they weren't able to use it. So they had to drop it and go with The Last Airbender.
Good job, M.
Well, I think that the name is probably the least of this movie's problems.
I do remember when this movie came out that it did not receive good reviews, so I just had to check it real quick. I didn't know it got a 6%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, obviously, this is based on the hit Nickelodeon cartoon, which I actually saw the whole series probably a year or so ago, and I loved it. Like, the cartoon never interested me, but I finally decided to give it a shot, and it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I haven't seen the movie. My girlfriend saw the movie, and she said it was awful. So let's hear what you have to say, Ryan.
First of all, I need to say that I'm not interested whatsoever in the cartoon. Okay. So if this movie relates at all to the cartoon story-wise, then that makes me want to not see the cartoon even more. Because this movie, like, it was hard to follow what was happening. There were lots of different locations. All the characters had weird names. And I felt like they were trying to rip off. What's the Luck Dragon from Neverending Story? What's his name? Falcor?
Falcor.
Yeah, he was in this only. He wasn't a dragon. And he had horn. It was a big white flying dog with horns.
Oh my god.
And they also had a flying lemur. A lemur that flew.
Mm-hmm.
And that pissed me off too.
Not a fan of a lemur that can fly.
I'm not, maybe that's my problem. Maybe this is too fantasy for me.
So no, it's okay. I just didn't know that a flying lemur would be like on your list of things that pissed you off.
It did. There are many things that irritated me out of this.
So anytime there's a flying lemur in a movie, that's an instant like -5 on the point scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Special effects were kind of cool, but that's about it. The acting was terrible. The story was terrible. The dialogue was terrible. I wanted that kid to airbend the spoon so I could spoon my eyeballs out of my head.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think that this is really I think this was a huge disappointment for fans. And I remember that there was a bit of a controversy when this came out because the way that M. Night Shyamalan portrayed the different elements, like the Fire Nation, I believe, was supposed to be like Indian, right? In the movie, they were like Dev Patel was the one bad guy, and they were kind of Middle Eastern descent, and I think that was one thing that people were kind of up in arms about, because in the cartoon, there's really no distinction as far as where the different tribes come from, like as far as ethnicity or nationality. Like the whole point of the Airbender show is it's different types of martial arts. So like each element practices a specific real style of martial arts. So that does have this kind of Asian influence, but it is an American show.
I'm reading, as a side note, I'm reading on Wikipedia right now that it's a giant flying bison.
Yeah, it's a bison. And it has
what's a bison?
The thing that Aang flies on.
Aren't they normally brown?
That Ryan referred to as a dog earlier. It's a bison. And
it fucking reminded me of Falcor with horns.
It kind of looks like the cat bus from Totoro.
Oh yeah, cat bus.
But they don't get inside of it. They just climb on top of it.
Ah.
But this was nominated for several Razzies, and it did win quite a number as well. It won worst. This is in 2011. It won worst director, worst eye-gouging misuse of 3D, worst picture, worst screenplay, and worst supporting actor. It was also nominated for worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel, worst screen couple.
Wow.
For the entire cast.
Wow.
It was perfect for the eye-gouging experience.
Worst supporting actor and worst supporting actress. So
wow.
Wow. This was terrible.
I can do my best to explain the story, but like I said, there's a lot of fucking weird names for people and places, and there's a lot of places, so it's kind of difficult for me to follow.
Okay.
Well,
but basically, there's a brother and sister. And apparently the sister can bend water. And they're like in the middle of nowhere one day hunting, and this huge like watery crater comes out of nowhere, and she decides that it would be a good idea to break this watery ball. So she breaks it, and this little kid comes out of it. And it turns out he's like the avatar, whatever that means. I don't know.
The Avatar is someone who can control all the elements.
Well, that's kind of funny because in the movie specifically, they said, actually, that kid says, I can control, which one was it? Can't remember. What?
Air?
Air. But,
Last Airbender.
I can control air, but I can't control the other elements.
Well, that's the whole story.
But
And again,
I thought an Avatar was supposed to be able to control.
they can. All right. Now this is going from the TV show, so I don't know what they changed in the movie. But as far as the TV show goes, the way that it works is that there's one Avatar, and that person can control all the elements. And what the Avatar does is basically keeps everybody in line, makes sure that there's peace among all the different people. And Aang he's the Avatar, and what you have to do is you have to learn. Like, he has the ability to bend all the different elements, but he has to learn how to do it. Like, he grew up as an airbender, but as far as all the other elements, he has to learn them. So that's where the whole like adventure aspect of it comes in, is that he first learns how to bend water from the girl, and then they travel to the different lands to learn how to bend all these different elements.
I see. Well, I hope there's like a second movie coming out, because in this one they only bend water, and he learns how to bend. He bends air and learns how to bend water, but doesn't know how to learn how to bend ground or the other one.
Bend
So-
ground.
So fucking lost. I have no idea what's going on.
So
All I know is there's a sky bison and like bending air and water,
well,
but not bending
another
ground.
thing is, why do you have to have flying? Why do you have to have flying anything? You can bend air, can't you make yourself fly?
He can make himself fly.
He should jump around a lot. Though.
So he does.
Yeah,
he doesn't fly in the movie.
Not that, I mean, maybe technically he does, but he doesn't like fucking hover over. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't get to a wall and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna fly over this.
Mm.
Right, he doesn't like fly like Superman.
Yeah.
I think in the cartoon he used his staff, like that staff that he has.
Yeah,
he used it
he-
like a helicopter.
Mm.
Yeah, in the movie it turns into a like hang glider,
Yeah, yeah.
but so he goes to he goes to bend the water. He has to learn how to do it. And
Okay.
they meet this queen who's like a 14-year-old girl, and apparently she's a descendant of the moon goddess, and
Okay.
apparently her parents are fish. Or not her parents, the people that created her are fish.
Uh-huh.
And one of the fish was killed in the movie. So there's like this big scene where she starts crying and she walks in this big pond and basically dies and transforms into the fish. Then all's well again.
I don't remember that from the show. I mean, that might have happened, but It's funny how you're making this story sound so horrible.
I don't. That's because I don't understand it at all.
I am completely lost. Now the story has fish in it, and fish
Well,
dies.
a lot of it, a lot of the stories is kind of steeped in mythology and like ancient, fables and that type of thing. But trust me when I say, the show at least is really, really good. The animation is incredible, and I highly recommend checking out the show. Kevin, I think that you would actually like the show quite a bit.
Well, plus with the show, you have a lot more time to flesh out the characters and actually create an interesting story. It sounds like from what I can surmise from Ryan's description here is they just crammed everything together.
Well, it also
Yeah,
sounds like
too
it's
much.
not. It sounds like they just did part of it. See, the way that the show was broken up, they broke the show up into pieces, and it sounds like they only covered like the water part in this movie. I guess they were planning on multiple.
Well, at the very end of the movie, you find out that I can't think of what his name is. The guy from Skin.
Dev Patel.
Yeah.
Zuko?
Again, I don't know. I have to look because
That's all right,
there's
that's
so
all
many fucking weird names in this.
That's Zuko, yeah.
No, I totally lost my train of thought.
You were saying something about Dev Patel.
He had a sister in the movie, and he was banished because basically he's a giant pussy, and his dad banished him, and in order to get back into the kingdom, he has to find this avatar and give him to his dad. Wow. He ends up getting killed, and it turns out that he has a sister. And at the very end of the movie, they're like, the dad is talking to the child, and he's like, you have to stop him from bending land and fire. And she does a sinister laugh, and then that's it.
Mm.
So basically, it makes me think that it's gonna be a sequel.
I don't think there's going to be a sequel. There's probably supposed to be, but this
Well.
didn't make. I mean, this didn't even make enough money to cover the budget of the movie, let alone marketing and all that other stuff and promotion.
Good writing in that, Shyamalan.
I did read that apparently the dialogue is horrendous in this.
That's what I was going to ask.
Laughable.
Adam, I take it you did not watch this. You only saw the cartoon version, right? You didn't actually see.
Oh, me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the actual movie. I wanted to watch it, but I just didn't have enough time before we did this.
According to Wikipedia, the budget was 150 million, and it made 319 million.
Oh, that was probably worldwide. I was only looking at in the U.S. It only grossed, at least according to IMDb, it only grossed 131. Well, I don't know. Maybe
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't see it happening. It was just such a colossal failure. I just don't see them trying again to do it. Because because the thing about it is, if it only grossed that much on the first one, no one's gonna come back for the second one.
No.
I
mean, it maybe
just figure out what the fuck is going on.
Now, do you think they could do this with maybe a different director? Would you put most of the blame on M. Night? Ryan?
I mean, yeah. Because he's a pretty terrible director. I mean, it makes some good things, but
Yeah, but he hasn't made anything good in a while.
he's gonna like me. Like, I think my podcast, what I'm saying, is awesome. But that's because it makes sense to me. the man when he directs, it makes sense to him. It's like, oh yeah, this is a good product.
See, oh, I love the fact that you just likened yourself to M. Night Shyamalan. That's fantastic. Love it.
I gotta come up with a single letter to put in front of my name.
Well, since we're already talking about M. Night Shyamalan, let's just kind of talk about some of his other stuff. I pretty much tuned out of him after I actually did see. Actually, looking at his filmography, I saw almost everything that he's done. I did not see Last Airbender, obviously, and I did not see The Happening. However, I did see everything else that he did, except for his first two movies I didn't see, Praying with Anger and Wide Awake. I don't even know what those are.
No, the last film that I saw was The Village, which also happened to be, that was my first date with my wife.
I remember
when you
saw The Village because you came over to Ryan's house and you told us about it.
Yeah.
And I and I told you to. I remember you spoiled it, but I asked you to because I was like, I'm not going to see it. And I remember you spoiling it.
And I remember like me and, which obviously she was my girlfriend at the time. We get it, or even if you want to call it that, we get in the car and I immediately apologized for taking her to such a shitty film. And she was like, well, it was bound to happen sometime.
Better get it out of the way now.
Yeah.
So, M. Night Shyamalan.
Bringing couples together since 2004.
That's right. Through shared hatred for your stupid ass movie.
I really hated Lady in the Water as well. I barely remember anything about it, but I remember finding it to be completely ridiculous. So
now, Ryan, what are Ryan's thoughts on M. Night? Besides thinking that he's the Reinhold's version in the movie directing world.
Yeah, let me pull his. Wait,
pull yourself together. Take your time.
I think he's pulling up his filmography.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I mean, The Sixth Sense was his breakout. That was the big
one. I like The Sixth Sense. Unbreakable. It was alright.
I liked Unbreakable.
Unbreakable was pretty good.
It made it stupid.
I haven't seen Signs for years, but I remember thinking that it was okay.
The Village, after I knew what happened, then I felt like the biggest asshole in the world. So no, I care for his movies that I've seen. Too much.
Have any of you seen The Happening?
No. Is that the one with the plants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the plant one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Plants.
That one I heard that one was terrible as well, so. Whoa. What was that?
That was me, All
right, well, let's go ahead and give you your drum roll, Ryan, on this movie. Hold on one second. All right, what do you give The Last Airbender?
3.
That's a 3 out of 10 on The Last Airbender. Not gleaming. Now, just out of curiosity, what would you give The Village?
Before or after I know that. Like,
well, I mean, obviously after. You wouldn't rate a movie before you saw it.
But I wouldn't rate
before I saw it 10.
I wouldn't rewatch it because I feel that's like a movie that once you know the ending, it's not worth it to watch it at all.
So wait, you didn't see The Village, you just remember Kevin.
No, I did see The Village.
Alright, so what would you give it?
I'd say like 5, maybe.
A 5? Okay.
Now, I have to ask real quick, because I didn't know that M. Night did something in between this and After Earth, which is he wrote that Devil movie.
I saw that.
You saw that? How was that?
Horrible.
Because Because for me, his writing's one of like the worst things about him.
It is. It's stupid. I mean, the thing about Devil was that there were some pretty tense moments to it, but like most of his movies, it fell apart at the end.
It always falls apart at the end.
Yeah.
He can
Like there were some pretty tense moments. Like, I mean, first of all, and I've said this many times on previous episodes, I'm a fan of containment thrillers. I like movies where it's about someone or a group of people trapped in something in a situation.
Yeah.
And with this, it's like a group of people trapped in an elevator, and they find out that one of them is the devil. And that to me, that's kind of a cool concept, but it's pretty bad.
Like I said, the special effects in this are alright.
Yeah, I heard that the special effects were pretty good in this, and I mean, I don't know if
It certainly doesn't make it worth watching. No.
Now, how many stars did this film lose because of the flying lemur?
I'd say right off the bat, probably 3.
Mm.
It went down as soon as I saw the lemur. I yelled something out loud.
okay. So, just out of curiosity, so when you see a movie, when you first hit play, it starts at a 10, and then as things piss you off, you drop the score.
So,
Lemur 7.
Notice to all film directors out there, if you put a flying lemur in your film, it's an automatic 3-point deduction.
There you go.
From Ryan. Just a heads up.
Now, After Earth. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about After Earth?
It kind of interests me because I like Will Smith, but I mean I don't know that much about it.
I really hope there's a flying lemur in it.
So do I. What if Jaden Smith flies? Does that count as a flying lemur?
I'll punch that motherfucker.
I love how you're punching kids now.
Flying.
That's where we're at this point. One thing that I find odd about After Earth is their accents. Like, I noticed from the trailers that they both had these really weird accents that I don't really like, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get past that in the movie.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I mean, I haven't seen the trailer in so long. I didn't even.
Yeah, they have these kind of weird accents, and I'm not sure, but I don't know like what the whole premise is. Like, clearly they're not from Earth.
No, they're not. Remember when I posted the trailer for this, I essentially said what I think the film's about. Because for me, from judging from the trailer, and I could be completely wrong, but it looks extremely predictable. Like what the twist is going to be.
I don't know.
That's what M. Night Shyamalan's known for.
He's all about that twist.
Yeah.
The only problem is after he announces the twist in the film, it just all falls apart. Yeah. He has no idea what to do. Like The Village, he does the reveal, and then the film just keeps going. It's like, wait, what are you doing? Why? This is awkward. Why are we still watching?
I'll be curious. I'll be very curious to see how After Earth pans out, because that's kind of one that I'm really not too sure about. I do like Will Smith, and I like Jaden Smith as well. So I think it might be interesting to see them in a movie together as father and son. And the special effects look like they could be cool, although some of them look kind of questionable. Like there's one of the trailers where they show him fighting some kind of creature, I think, and that looked kind of weird, but...
Is it a flying lemur?
It's not a flying lemur.
God, I hope so.
There might be flying lemur, because it does look like there are going to be creatures in it, so maybe they will put in some flying lemurs.
They call it a bat lemur. I just thought about that.
Yeah, it's a bat lemur. It has wings. Or like its arms are like webbed.
Oh man, that's amazing.
All right. Any final thoughts, Ryan?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Are you gonna be going to see After Earth? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
I'm not that excited about it. I'm just. I'm only half cocked. I'm not fully cocked.
Okay.
There was a penis reference.
Yeah, I think we got that. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. For all the latest film news and reviews, this is at filmpulse.net. Want to hear your feedback? Send us an email, feedback@filmpulse.net. Follow us on Twitter @filmpulse.net, and be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
I'm Kevin.
Oh my.
Wait for it.
We will see you on Monday.
See you later.